Last week, barangay population volunteers and municipal population officers receives meal provisions from Governor Bambi Emano. Peso Misamisnons wins a Grand Slam as the best peso in Region 10. MINDA Chairman Manny Piñol eyes extensive support for Miss Or Agriculture. Good morning, Misamisnons. The Provincial Information Office will now report Governor Bambi Emano's accomplishment for the closing week of July. From Villanueva to Taguluan to the provincial capital, Governor Bambi Emano makes sure that Monday is started right with a flurry of activities for Misamisnons. For the details, let's have Raymark Semania.
Striving for what's best for his people, Governor Bambi Emano starts the week with a burning dedication of service, a reflection of his one-of-a-kind leadership with a touch of sincerity. On his weekly COVID-19 update in the province during the virtual flag-raising ceremony hosted by the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, Provincial IATF Chief Dr. Jerry Kalingasan informed everyone that Delta variant is more contagious than the other variants of COVID-19, infecting 5 to 8 people in less than 15 minutes. With this, it is observed to people being infected with the Delta variant to get sicker, showing up symptoms of the original strain, with sore throat and runny nose being the two prominent symptoms. Having that said, it is believed that tightening up all the measures such as the proper use of face mask and face shield, physical distancing, and vaccination are encouraged for everyone to religiously practice to avoid getting infected with the virus, as well as to stop the gatherings and unnecessary travels. In addition to that, with the 431 total executive orders passed by Governor Bambi Emano against COVID-19, in which 429 were conquered by the regional IATF, simply shows serious commitment from the father of the province in protecting his people. For the update on the African swine fever situation in Misamisnons, Dr. Benjamin Resma said that there were already 2 cities, 16 municipalities, and 74 barangays affected with ASF in the province, having been conducted 43 depopulation activities since February of this year, where there were 2,571 hogs culled, 700 farmers affected, and has paid 3,752,000 as indemnification to affected farmers. Despite the rising trend of ASF cases in the province, Governor Bambi Emano with Dr. Benjamin Resma and the rest of Batay ASF team continues to find solutions to contain the virus. Still on this day, the Department of Labor and Employment Region 10 held its regional virtual awarding ceremony for the Bayanihan Service Award 2020. In a display of total dominance, the Public Employment Service Office Misamisnons made history by winning this year's award, tallying a grand slam for being the best peso in Region 10 from 2018 to 2020. Peso Miss Or will once again represent the region at the national level, vying for the title as the best peso in the Philippines. In another story, incoming Sangguniang Bayan member Rico T. Taray finally took oath as the new municipal councilor of the municipality of Talisayan at Balay ni Notchka, Tagolwan. Mr. Taray took his oath under the banner of Padayon Pilipino led by Governor Bambi Emano. Present in the event were Governor Bambi Emano, Attorney Nadia Emano Elipe, Talisayan Mayor Romel Maslog, and Provincial Backhead Mr. Stanley Oriarte. Mr. Taray replaced former Councilor Maylene Gonzalez as she rendered her irrevocable resignation. Moving on, the Misamisnons Police Provincial Office in Barangay San Martin, Villanueva, Misamisnons held its 26th Police Community Relations Month culmination ceremony. Governor Bambi Emano served as the guest of honor and speaker for the event. Also present were the Provincial Director, Police Colonel Roniel M. Villones, along with the Misamisnons Police Provincial Office staff and Hingog City Mayor Eric Caniosa. With the theme, Pulisya at Pamayanan, Barangayanihan sa hamon ng pandemya at laban sa krimen. The event was graced by the giving of awards and plaque of appreciation to police personnel of different units, individuals, stakeholders, and organizations who contributed in maintaining peace and order of the community and of the province in the midst of the pandemic. The event served as a motivation for various city and municipal police stations and organizations to work harder and become the government's right hand in maintaining peace and order and in fighting criminality. In another development, the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office successfully turned over a wheelchair to a 13-year-old Sesame Jean M. Tubilan in Barangay Kilangit Municipality of Gitago, Misamis Oriental. This was due to a motor accident happened on April 29 this year that resulted in sustained swelling and deformity of her thigh and leg. July 26, 2021 marks the 12th Municipal Human Resource Practitioners Meeting held via Google Meet with the Government of El Salvador City as the host LGU. The Human Resource Management Office headed by Ms. Jessica B. Galindo, OICHRMO, and the President of Misamis Oriental Human Resource Practitioners Council facilitated the conduct of the same. The meeting was also the 5th virtual meeting cum learning session of mental health literacy in the workplace with Ms. Milry Joy G. Ibanez, Guidance Counselor of City College of El Salvador, as the resource speaker. Participants were the municipal HR practitioners from the different local government units of Misamis Oriental. The said meeting was supported by the Honorable Governor Bambi Emano, as the meeting also aims to keep the HR practitioners updated on the issuance of CSC circulars, policies, and other HR programs that are applicable to the LGUs. In his welcome message, Honorable City Mayor Edgar S. Lignes welcomed everyone and acknowledged that the pandemic has brought challenges to our lives. Once mental health is at risk, and the topic on mental health literacy in the workplace is timely and relevant. As the municipal HR practitioners agreed to meet quarterly, the next tentative meeting will be on the second week of November 2021. And lastly, on this day, Governor Bambi Emano, through the Provincial Population Office, continues its pursuit of promoting responsible parenthood and awareness for the prevention of teenage pregnancy in Misamis Oriental. To ensure the continuity of their service to the people, the local government of Misamis Oriental, headed by Governor Bambi Emano, represented by Provincial Population Officer Mr. Andrew Gapus, PGSO Head Mr. Matthew Valiser, MIS Head Engineer June Balo, and Provit Head Dr. Benjamin Resma, turned over meal provisions to the province's barangay population volunteers and municipal population officers. Barangay population volunteers received 352,000 for calendar year 2020, and municipal population officers received 58,000 for the first quarter of calendar year 2021. Graymark Simania, PIO.
On Tuesday, Provet, PAGRO, and the local school board set the foundations for Misamis Oriental's bright future. Here's Jane Salimbao for the update.
Momentous events transpired on Tuesday in relation to an implementation of plans and programs in the province with high regards to education and wildlife conservation. On Tuesday, July 27, 2021, Dr. Vladimir Taboco and Dr. Girly Flor Velasco of the Provincial Veterinary Office inspected a number of wild animals comprised of 14 reticulated pythons, 4 yellow-headed water monitors, a summer cobra, 3 Brahminy kites, and a serpent eagle for the issuance of release certifications by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. This is to secure that the wild animals are healthy and are fit to release back into the wild. Meanwhile, Provincial Agriculturist Jose Apollo Pacamalan, Philippine Textile Research Institute Center Chief Ms. Cheryl Lopez, and Engineer John Abates conducted an on-site immersion and evaluation of Barangay Tipuluhon, Claveria to determine the area's climatic condition, as this is one of the factors that greatly affects a silkworm larva's growth performance and ability to produce quality cocoons. During the visit, the average temperature was determined to be 24 degrees Celsius, but the farm owner Dr. Lamdagan was advised to take the random temperature readings at any time of the day to determine the average daily temperature. The ideal temperature for silkworm rearing is between 24 to 28 degrees Celsius. Furthermore, a 3-hectare mulberry farm has already been developed in the vicinity, ensuring the larva's sustenance. Overall, the site is excellent for the development of the sericulture project. And lastly, for Tuesday, Local School Board Chairman Governor Bambi Emano leads the 5th Local School Board Executive Meeting in the Provincial Governor's Office via Zoom. Discuss our various updates and strategies needed for the improvement of school learning in Misamis Oriental. Attending via Zoom are LSB Project Ms. Caroline Neri, LSB Secretary Jerome Mundo, Chairman of the Committee on Education, Arts and Culture Board Member Gerardo Sabal III, SK Federation President Board Member Kerwin Jazz Soldevilla, Dr. Jonathan De La Peña, SDS DepEd, Provincial Treasurer Ronald James Vilon, and Provincial Assessor Engineer Marilyn Ligaspe, among others. Jane Salimbao, PIO.
The Provincial Engineering Office's 53rd founding anniversary and PSWD's continued support to livelihood crippled Misamisnons falls on Wednesday. Joining us now is PIO's Amor My Guy.
Yes, Jean. Once again, Governor Bambi Emano resonated his tagline of Kung tagamis or ka, sikir ka, along the lives of all Misamisnons, feeling every beat of luck and inadequacy with so much bliss and bounty.
On Wednesday, July 28, 2021, the provincial government of Misamis Oriental, through the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, under Mr. John Lemar Abella as its OIC head, took efficient response to aid all Misamisnons affected by the pandemic. With this cause, PSWDO successfully conducted an intake interview to 64 severely affected families living in Barangay Mulugan, El Salvador City. With Governor Bambi Emano's leadership, providing for those in dire need is always a priority. The said interview identified beforehand the needs of the affected families on the intent to provide services and assistance, securing new livelihood opportunities for them. All the expectants of the said welfare assistance were filled with joy as they were never neglected by the provincial government, hence adamant to go along with them to face the challenges of today. Still on Wednesday, the Provincial Engineering Office joyfully celebrated their 53rd founding anniversary with the goal of enhancing their teamwork, as this would surely align their camaraderie into a new level of commitment and their work ethics. All PAO employees expressed their thanks to the provincial government of Misamis Oriental that served as the honing place of their expertise as they continuously served the province through the years under Governor Bambi Emano's governorship. Provincial Engineer Mario Batar acknowledged the hardship exerted by the PAO family to hasten and especially on the fulfillment and effectively do their tasks, especially on the fulfillment of the numerous infrastructure projects. Activities rendered along the day were a meaningful seminar or technical conference enjoined with the opportunity on learning online refresher for the civil service law, while contests such as TikTok, Mobile Legends, and trivia happened to the glee of all the employees who truly enjoyed the events. Reggie and Amora Tanel, my guy, PIO.
Governor Bambi Emano and MINDA Chairman Manny Piñol establishes a strong partnership on Thursday as Miss Or's thrust for agriculture dominance carries on. Here's Danny Ibshoma Jr. for the report.
Yes, Jing, the agriculture industry in the province continues to thrive as various agencies and institutions put their cards on the table for possible investments in Misamis Oriental.
On Thursday, former Department of Agriculture Secretary and now Mindanao Development Authority Chairman Emmanuel Manny Piñol visited the Misamis Oriental Provincial Agriculture Development Complex in Barangay Anii, Claveria. Present to welcome him were Governor Bambi Emano, Provincial Agriculturist Jose Apollo Pacamalan, Board Member Eric Cu, Mayor Ray Buhisan of Magsaysay, and Mayor Meraluna Abrogar of Claveria. Chairman Piñol visited the complex for a meeting with Governor Bambi Emano to conduct extensive planning with the provincial government, whose main goal is to identify the specific support MINDA will provide, as Chairman Piñol sees a big potential in Misamis Oriental to be the leading province in agricultural development, especially in the coconut industry. Governor Bambi Emano spearheaded the tour at Mopad C to showcase a soon-to-rise integrated coconut processing facility where mature nuts have been tested for drying in the drying barns. One of the products that will soon be in the market is the virgin coconut oil, which have undergone series of clinical trials and seen its potential as antiviral agent. This was made possible through the support of the Philippine Coconut Authority led by Regional Manager Manuel Octubre. Governor Bambi Emano is ecstatic with the results of his leadership, as many agencies and institutions are giving their utmost support to his visions. Additionally, on Thursday, the Provincial Planning and Development Office virtually attended the National Orientation on the Preparation of Local Government Unit Devolution Transition Plans. Due to the Mandanas ruling, the Devolution Transition Plans will be a preparatory plan for the LGUs prior to the implementation of Executive Order No. 138 to devolve the functions, services, and facilities to the local government units as indicated under Section 17 of RA 7160. Furthermore, personnel from the Provincial Management Information System Office installed 2 IP radio at the back of the Provincial Information Office and across the old RTC Branch 40 building to establish a point-to-point wireless internet in order to provide connectivity of the Provincial Jail and Misamis Oriental Care Systems Office without the need for extensive cabling, after which internet connectivity of the Provincial Jail was restored and personnel from the PMIS office configured the Miss or Care's router to successfully establish wireless internet connection in their office. The said activity was necessary, especially for the provincial jail, considering the current situation wherein most of the judicial proceedings are arranged virtually in lieu of the actual court proceedings, as well as the implementation of e-Dala, where persons deprived of liberty are given the opportunity to communicate with their loved ones online. Thus, a stable internet connection is of utmost importance. Danny Vertidazov Shama Jr., PIO.
Friday flaunts Governor Bambi Emano's cunning strategies as he plot Miss Or's course towards continued development. To tell the happenings, here's Gio Denke.
Yes, Jing. On Friday, to ensure the continuous progress for the betterment of the province of Misamis Oriental, and again, Governor Bambi Emano, without a doubt, gave his full support.
On Friday, prior to the vaccination activity of the Provincial Health Office, the Capital Park Department did an early cleaning of PHO's designated area, ensuring the sanitation and order of the vaccination rollout. Also on the same day, in accordance to the annual celebration of World Day Against Trafficking, or WDAT, the provincial government of Misamis Oriental joins the rest of the world in battling against human trafficking under Republic Act 9208 or the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2003. Anyone can be prosecuted for violating that law if the following acts are committed: prostitution or various other forms of sexual exploitation such as cybersex or pornography, forced labor, enslavement, deportation, and the sale of body parts, involvement of the victim in armed force, drug trafficking, and other illegal acts with the intent to harm the well-being, security, and morality of any person. If any of these acts are observed, Governor Bambi Emano is urging everyone to directly contact the local enforcement officer at the Provincial Police Office by calling 0917-771-4068. The Misamis Oriental Provincial Jail was able to confiscate 10.8 grams of suspected shabu with street value of 73,440 pesos. The apprehension was due to the quick action of MOPJ jail guards after noticing a leaking hygiene container a visitor intends to give to an inmate. With the said event, MOPJ Provincial Warden Robert Roy Bahian praised the virtue of his frontline men in foiling the smuggling of drugs inside the facility. Governor Bambi Emano applauded MOPJ for their dedication and commitment in their line of duty. The perpetrators, a certain Jonathan and John, a local and an MOPJ inmate respectively, were escorted to Police Station 2 for further investigation regarding the matter. MOPJ assures that the security and wellness of both parties, seeking to identify the truth and uphold a drug-free provincial jail and rehabilitation facility. And lastly, the Misamis Oriental Provincial Library participated in the virtual launching of the 87th National Book Week with the theme Outcomes, Outreach, Outstanding, Libraries Beyond Boundaries, in reading good books, and designed to sell the public library to the community by focusing the attention of the people on its resources and the extent and nature of its services. Giudanke PIO.
The provincial capital flexes its full might as its offices and departments aggressively answer the needs of Misamisnons. Here's Jebson Patlunag for the consolidation of reports.
Yes, Jing. The entire provincial government of Misamis Oriental once again assembles a myriad of activities, all in close adherence to Governor Bambi Emano's orders.
To start off, the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, headed by Mr. Jun Limorabella, reports a series of food packs distribution for the week for Misamisnons affected by the pandemic. On Tuesday, 142 food packs and 10 sacks of rice were turned over to residents of Barangay Liberty, Lagandingan, received by Captain Memerto Encoy Jr. 132 food packs were also distributed to senior citizens of Barangay Talao, Hitagum, and were received by Major Christian M. Relevo and Miss Shirley Taroy. On Thursday, 50 food packs were also distributed in Taguluan, Misamis Oriental in coordination with board member Dexter Yasay. 13 food packs were also handed over to 13 families from Barangay Tubigan in Itaw, with an additional 7 food packs for senior citizens of Poblacion Libertad. And on Friday, the 58th Infantry Battalion Bravo Company at Barangay Mati Claveria, represented by Mr. Maverick Madera, received 10 sacks of rice, while Barangay 11 of Gitagum also received 10 sacks of rice. Moving on, the Office of the Barangay Infrastructure Project conducted site inspections for ongoing projects and final monitoring for completed projects by contract under the Barangay Empowerment Program of Governor Bambi Emano on District 1 and District 2 this week. Headed by Engineer Tessie Gales, Assistant Provincial Engineer, and Head of the Barangay Infrastructure Project Office, with the final monitoring team of the Provincial Engineering Office and the resident engineers of each project. The purpose of this site inspection and final monitoring of projects is to evaluate, validate, and inspect the quality and the structure of the projects for the safety and comfort of the people. In total, 22 projects were monitored by Engineer Tessie Gales, Engineer Angelo Lagapa, Engineer Oliver Go, Engineer Rose Ann Zambrano, and Engineer Chabert Canales. In Taguluan, as Misamis Oriental remains under general community quarantine, the Provincial Governor's Extension Office intensifies its services to the people. Starting on Monday, Attorney Nadia Emano Elipe continued giving free legal advices to Misamisnons seeking legal consultation, while one vehicular accident patient was transported by the PGEO ambulance as he was denied service by a certain hospital in Taguluan. The patient requested to be rushed to our health office, and Dr. Maria Bebina Tagarda Casino provided medical attention to the said patient. For last week, the health office catered to a total of 383 outpatients availing of free medical checkup and free medicine, while the PGEO emergency vehicle transported 16 clients to and from their destinations. During the course of the week, PGEO's 3-in-1 services catered to 16 clients and provided death assistance such as free embalming, coffin and transportation, and the lending of 320 chairs and 11 tents to various clients. The 3-in-1 program certainly assisted thousands of people thanks to Governor Bambi Emano, for in his administration the life of every Misamisnon is deemed precious. The Provincial Treasurer's Office, led by Provincial Treasurer Ronald James Vilon, has collected a total of 1,245,346 pesos and 77 centavos for the week, comprised of the following: General Collection and Real Property Tax for General Fund, 687,969 pesos and 91 centavos. Special Education Fund, 450,325 pesos and 86 centavos. And Trust Fund, 107,051 pesos.
For the health sector, the Provincial Health Office conducted an intensive COVID-19 vaccination rollout under its expanded program on immunization with the assistance of PDRRMO. On the morning of July 26, 85 patients completed their second dose of AstraZeneca. In the afternoon of the same day, PHO's vaccination team began utilizing the Janssen vaccines manufactured by Johnson & Johnson, which is the only single-dose vaccine in the market, having inoculated 125 vaccinees for the said vaccine. And lastly, on July 30, another 605 vaccinees were inoculated with the Janssen vaccine, with a total of 815 successful vaccinations for the entire week. PHO continuously distributes COVID vaccines to all 25 LGUs of Misamis Oriental as they are received from CHDNM and audited with the assistance of the Philippine National Police before the week ends. For PHO's surveillance COVID-19 response team, 33 people were swabbed and 25 were risk assessed. For the Animal Bite and Treatment Center, 20 new patients were recorded with 26 follow-up schedules for a total of 46 patients for the week. For PHO's clinic, 22 patients were catered, which includes 15 PGMO employees who exhibited influenza-like illnesses, and 7 for other reasons, including referrals to the Animal Bite Center. The PHO clinic was able to screen a total of 750 patients for the recent COVID-19 vaccination rollout. And for the mental drug-induced psychosis program, 22 patients were followed up for the entire week.
And lastly, the Travel and Arrival Committee, using the combined forces of the Provincial Tourism Office, PESO, IKNB, Bids and Awards Committee, and the Provincial Legal Office, ensures that Misamisnons safely arrive in the province and to their respective municipalities, catering to their immediate needs and concerns. For the week, 69 ROFs and 420 LSIs were assisted, accommodating 15 at Marian Suites. In total, the provincial government have already assisted 26,494 Misamisnons. Jobsen Patlunag, PIO.
A great figure who embodied the will of Misamisnons to attain industrialization and true progress, Governor Bambi Emano will continue to engrave his legacy in our history. Watch out for the man who stands to his eminent contemporaries as Everest to undulating will surely astonish you in his 332 remaining days in office. Jinker Seat, PIO.